If this season feels strange, stay with me. You might be standing right where everything starts to turn. The pressure you feel isn't random. It's the signal that something is being shaped through you. When your energy begins to rise, the outer world tends to wobble. Things that once made sense start to blur. The universe stretches what you think you can hold, not to break you, but to show you what you've grown into. It's that invisible point between your old life and the one you've been asking for. The one you built in your mind. The one you saw in flashes when you let yourself believe again. The space you're in now isn't failure. It's calibration. You're being asked to stand still long enough to see how far you've come. Every small decision, every quiet act of consistency, every time you said no to what drained you and yes to what stretched you, those moments are forming a new frequency. That frequency doesn't move with panic. It moves with trust. You're not behind. You're sinking. Sometimes that sink looks like nothing happening. You send messages and get silence. You put in effort and get the same numbers. You affirm the vision and the mirror stays the same. It's frustrating, I know, but that lag isn't a punishment. It's physics. Energy moves before matter catches up. The field reorganizes before the form changes. When you shift internally, the world around you needs a moment to adjust its reflection. It's like standing in front of a mirror with the lights off. You move, but you can't see the reflection until the light returns. The light always comes back. But first, you have to hold your movement without confirmation. This is the test hidden in every growth season. Can you keep showing up when there's no proof yet? Can you talk to yourself like someone worth betting on, even when results delay their arrival? Because they're not gone. They're gathering. The quantum field doesn't forget effort. It stores it until alignment clicks. What feels like stillness is your signal stabilizing. What feels like resistance is your frequency tightening to match what you've asked for. Think about how many times you've said, "I'm ready for more. I'm ready for peace. I'm ready for abundance." The moment you say that, the field starts adjusting. But adjustment often shows up as contrast. The old patterns surface, the small leaks in your energy get exposed. You'll notice old habits sneaking back, people returning with the same requests, opportunities that almost fit but require you to shrink again. That's not the universe teasing you. That's feedback. It's life showing you where you still say yes to less. You can't hold new outcomes with the same boundaries that kept you small. So life turns up the pressure, not to hurt you, but to see if you'll finally hold your new standard under heat. Here's the part nobody tells you. Right before a shift, you'll feel tired. Not sleepy, but soul tired, because you're outgrowing old versions of yourself that still cling to the familiar. You'll crave quiet. You'll start deleting things, unsubscribing, letting calls ring out. You'll want fewer words and cleaner energy. That's not isolation. That's tuning. You're narrowing the signal so your energy stops scattering. Every person who's ever grown into something bigger has met this silence. The silence is sacred. It's the sound of energy rearranging around your new self-concept. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also the moment the world pauses to match you. So if things feel slow, breathe. If doors are half open but not yet clear, trust the timing. The quantum field doesn't respond to panic. It responds to coherence. And coherence means your thoughts, emotions, and actions are finally saying the same thing. Most people ask for change, but act like the old version. They say they want expansion, then rush to fill every pause with noise. But when you really align, you stop chasing. You start allowing. Allowing isn't passive. It's powerful stillness. It's the quiet confidence that what you're matching is already moving toward you. You'll notice small confirmations when you're close. A song lyric that lands too perfectly. A stranger repeating a phrase you just journaled. A sudden calm in your chest even though your mind still races. Those are not coincidences. Those are alignment signals. When the energy starts echoing your thoughts, it means the material world is adjusting. Keep your focus steady. Keep your self-talk clean. Keep your movements honest. The field mirrors vibration, not words. You can't say abundance and live scarcity. You can't visualize peace and nurture chaos. The test isn't external. It's energetic accuracy. Are you practicing the version you're asking for? Imagine a sculptor working with clay. Each shape starts rough. The artist doesn't panic when it looks messy. They keep smoothing, pressing, adjusting. That's where you are right now. The rough stage of creation. You've already molded the outline of your next chapter. Now life is helping you refine it. The weight you feel is temporary resistance, a sign that your material world is catching up. Keep your hands steady. Keep shaping with care. You're closer than you think. If you can hold that perspective, the tension starts to ease. You stop seeing delay as denial. You start reading silence as setup. You begin trusting the pauses as proof of precision. That shift alone changes your magnetism, because peace attracts faster than panic ever could. This is your alignment test, not to prove your worth, but to prove your readiness. So when it feels like nothing's happening, remember this. The field isn't ignoring you. It's organizing. The pressure is your signal expanding. The silence is your next door unlocking. Stay with the process. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. There's a point in growth where everything you've been learning stops being theory and starts being tested. You begin to notice how much your old reactions used to run the show. The panic texts, the over-explaining, the rush to fix what wasn't even broken yet. Now those urges still show up, but you're starting to catch them. That's awareness turning into practice. It's not glamorous, but it's the foundation of real change. Quantum manifestation isn't about saying new words. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally acts from alignment instead of anxiety. Every time you choose to pause instead of panic, you shift timelines. You move from the version of you who keeps chasing outcomes to the version who attracts them. The difference is subtle but powerful. The first version runs on fear. The second runs on trust. And trust doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing what's clean, taking one clear action instead of 5 frantic ones, sending the message that feels honest instead of the one that seeks approval, saying no without rehearsing an apology. That's how energy starts to stabilize. Every aligned decision sends a message to the field that you're ready to maintain the vibration of what you've been asking for. The funny thing is, the universe will always check your tone. It's like an echo chamber. You send out a signal and life throws it back to see if you still mean it. You say you're ready for better clients, and the next inquiry undercuts your rate. You say you're done chasing, and an old friend suddenly texts after months of silence. You say you're finally at peace, and right then something minor breaks just to see if you'll slip back into the storm. The test isn't there to punish. It's calibration. The field doesn't send obstacles, it sends reflections. It's asking, are you steady in your new frequency, or are you still tuning between stations? Every time you stay calm through that feedback, you prove your readiness. The more consistent your energy, the faster the physical catches up. But you can't fake it. You can't paste trust over fear. The vibration knows the difference. The real shift happens when you stop performing belief and start living it quietly. That's when manifestations click faster, because your energy stops wobbling between want and worry. Think of your life like a radio dial. Most people spin it too fast, jumping from station to station, wondering why they only hear static. But when you hold the knob steady, the signal sharpens. That's alignment. The song was always playing. You just weren't tuned long enough to hear it. So the question becomes, how long can you hold your frequency without proof? That's where most give up. They think silence means nothing's working, when in truth, silence means everything's adjusting. In the quantum field, timing is translation. Your intention speaks energy, but the physical world speaks matter. There's always a small delay between language and response. When you keep your focus clean during that gap, the field reads that as stability. When you waver, it reads mixed signals. Imagine you order a package online, but you keep changing your address every hour. The system can't deliver until you pick one. That's how most people manifest. They send a signal of clarity, then rewrite it with doubt. The universe can't deliver until you hold your address long enough to receive. That's why emotional regulation matters more than constant effort. When your mood swings, your magnetism does too. Energy doesn't respond to words, it responds to coherence. Calmness isn't laziness, it's precision. You're refining your vibration so tightly that only matches can find you. That's why everything unrelated starts to fall away. People fade, projects close, jobs shift. It's not rejection, it's clearing. The field makes space for the frequency you've stabilized. Here's the secret nobody likes to admit. The quantum field doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. So if you keep saying you want freedom but act from fear, the result matches fear. If you say you want expansion but live in contraction, the field mirrors contraction. But when you start living as if your desire is already normal, not a miracle but a given, your energy stops chasing. It starts resonating. The moment it feels natural, it becomes visible. That's not superstition. That's resonance. So ask yourself, how does the version of you who already has what you're manifesting move through a day? How do they start their morning? How do they talk to themselves when plans shift? How do they handle silence? Then live like that. Because the field doesn't respond to hope, it responds to embodiment. You become magnetic when you start matching your ask. Here's a small real-world moment. Someone's been affirming abundance for months, but still clings to scarcity habits. They hoard, they worry, they micromanage every expense. One day they decide to act from trust instead. They buy something small but aligned. They pay a bill early. They give a little without fear. That single act of faith shifts their vibration from lack to flow. Within days, an unexpected payment clears. Not magic, just alignment. Because energy amplifies movement, not intention alone. You can't outthink energy. You have to live it. When your inner and outer worlds say the same thing, you stop chasing signs because you've become one. That's when the world starts to mirror you in real time. The right people call. The right door opens. The path that once felt blocked begins to ease. It's not coincidence, it's coherence. So if you're tired of the waiting, don't push harder. Hold cleaner. You're not trying to force a door open. You're trying to line up with the lock. When your vibration fits, it clicks. Effort stops feeling like strain. The results stop feeling random. You begin to trust the rhythm of delay because you've learned that delay isn't distance. It's refinement. The pause between wanting and receiving is where identity catches up to desire. That's where you are now. Hold your tone. Clean your signal. Move slower if you must, but move steady. The quantum field isn't ignoring you. It's reading you. Every breath you take in trust sends another signal of readiness. Every time you stay kind to yourself instead of critical, you tighten your frequency. Every act of calm under chaos tells the universe you're no longer asking from lack. You're asking from wholeness, and wholeness always receives. There comes a moment when the waiting softens and small signs start to flicker through the noise. You wake one morning and something feels lighter. Nothing outside has changed yet, but you notice it in your body first. Your breath sits lower. Your mind still throws noise, but it doesn't pull you under anymore. That's when alignment starts to translate into motion. You've held your line long enough that the field begins to mirror your steadiness. This is where most people expect fireworks, but the truth is quieter. The shift shows up in whispers, a chance meeting, a random message, a thought that feels like a nudge instead of an idea. When the quantum field starts responding, it does so through synchronicity, coincidences with timing too clean to explain. You think of someone and they call. You say yes to one small thing, and it spirals into 3 new doors. It's not random, it's resonance in motion. The universe speaks in rhythm, not drama. The trick is noticing the ordinary moments that hum with meaning. You'll feel them as subtle pull instead of push, a job post that lights you up instead of drains you, a conversation that sparks ideas instead of worry. Those are breadcrumbs. Follow them, not the old patterns shouting for urgency. Quantum manifestation is less about control and more about navigation. You're learning to read the current instead of fighting it. When you start acting from your aligned frequency, opportunities don't need to be chased. They reveal themselves. The person you were before used to push. The person you're becoming pulls. And that pull isn't about manipulation. It's magnetic congruence. The world meets you where you've stabilized. You no longer have to prove your worth to be seen. You just have to stay consistent enough for the field to recognize your signal. In this stage, discipline becomes devotion. You start to care about the quality of your attention, the words you speak, the energy behind the actions, not out of fear but awareness. Because now you understand that your focus is creative currency. Whatever you dwell on, you amplify. The more you feed worry, the more data the field receives to reflect worry. The more you feed gratitude, the more feedback loops open to sustain it. Gratitude isn't a trick, it's a frequency stabilizer. It trains your nervous system to stay open. You can't receive when you're tense. You can't attract when you're bracing. Relaxation is a skill, not a luxury. This part of the process asks for trust through movement. The pause taught you patience. Now the flow teaches you precision. You don't need to do everything, just what's aligned. One inspired action equals 10 forced ones. The universe multiplies clarity, not chaos. You'll know which step is inspired because it won't feel frantic. It will feel obvious, simple, and almost too easy. That's your confirmation. Manifestation isn't struggle dressed as ambition. It's clarity translated into motion. Here's where old habits can still whisper. Fear will tell you it's too slow. Doubt will try to make you over-explain. You'll want to chase again just to prove you care. Don't. Every time you move from desperation, you split your frequency. Let the field work while you act with intention. Your only job is to stay aligned. Take the next clean step and keep your energy uncluttered. Think of it like a relay race. You've already passed the baton to the universe. Now you just need to stay in your lane and trust it will meet you halfway. You'll start to see proof stack. A message that lands at the right hour. A payment you weren't expecting. A door that closes neatly and frees your time. The more you acknowledge these small alignments, the faster they multiply. The field loves attention. It feeds on recognition. When you celebrate coherence, you amplify it. The more you affirm, yes, this matches me, the more the system learns your new code. That's not fantasy. That's pattern recognition at the level of energy. At this point, consistency matters more than intensity. Keep your morning steady. Keep your self-talk kind. Keep your focus clean. When you slip, and you will, return without guilt. Guilt lowers the signal. Awareness restores it. You're not chasing perfection. You're practicing presence. Every time you return to calm, you reset your field. Every small recovery counts. The quantum field doesn't care about flawless. It cares about frequency. You'll also notice your relationship with time changing. You stop rushing. You stop checking the clock. You start realizing that your manifestation isn't coming from outside. It's unfolding from inside. You no longer wait for proof, because you understand you are the proof. You are the cause. The world around you is the echo. And once that clicks, impatience loses its grip. You begin to move like someone who trusts their season. You speak less but say more. You stop chasing and start creating from fullness. Let yourself enjoy this stage. You've earned it. The quiet victories, the subtle shifts, the calm mornings that used to feel empty now feel full. That's the frequency of alignment settling in your nervous system. You're no longer forcing your reality to match your desire. You're letting your desire reveal its reality. The difference is everything. One burns energy, the other generates it. So keep moving with care. Keep choosing clarity over chaos. Keep letting small wins remind you that you're already inside the change. Because by the time you notice the first visible sign, the energy has already been building for weeks, maybe months. You're not waiting for the breakthrough. You're living it. The outer world is just catching up to your vibration. And when you can hold that truth, when you can move as if what you want is already normal, you become unstoppable. The quantum field bends for stability, not urgency. Stay still in trust, move in alignment, and let the proof appear in its perfect rhythm. There's a quiet shift that happens near the end of every growth cycle. You stop asking when it will happen and start realizing it already is. The pressure that once made you question everything begins to feel like rhythm. The silence that used to feel like rejection starts sounding like space. You start moving with a calm that isn't forced. That's the moment the field knows you're ready. Not because you proved yourself, but because you've stopped fighting the timing. When you release the chase, the current carries you. The final stage of manifestation isn't about getting what you want. It's about becoming who you are. The person who once looked for signs now creates them. The one who used to search for permission now acts without asking. You stop needing validation from numbers, people, or timing because you've realized that your consistency was the evidence all along. The energy you've built isn't fragile anymore. It doesn't depend on perfect days. It holds through chaos. That's how you know the shift has landed. What you're feeling now is integration, the merging of your new identity with your old environment. You'll notice that the world starts responding differently. Doors that once felt sealed now open without force. Conversations flow easier. People treat you the way you treat yourself. That's not coincidence. That's alignment expressed through relationship. Every external improvement is a reflection of internal coherence. The cleaner your energy, the clearer your outcomes. In this phase, the work isn't about effort. It's about maintenance. Keep your mornings clean. Keep your language intentional. Speak as if the thing you want already lives in your day, because it does. Energy moves ahead of evidence, and when you live like it's done, it starts showing up everywhere you look. The quantum field rewards steadiness. It mirrors belief that doesn't waver. The more you practice calm under heat, the more reality bends to match that calm. Here's where you can feel the temptation to overdo. You'll want to push for the next level immediately. But growth isn't a sprint. It's a rhythm. Let yourself breathe in this chapter before you reach for another. Momentum sustains better through rest than through rush. The same way muscles need recovery to grow, your energy needs stillness to anchor the new vibration. Without integration, you repeat lessons. With rest, you evolve them. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You can't play the next song until the strings have settled. The tension you use to call stress is just the final adjustment. Each decision that honors your boundaries tightens the sound. Each moment of gratitude clears the noise. Each act of patience strengthens the tone. When everything clicks, the melody feels effortless. That's what manifestation really is. Harmony between your thought, emotion, and action. By now you've learned the pattern. The test comes before the turn. The silence comes before the signal. The stillness comes before the sound. Every time you meet that space without panic, you prove mastery. The universe doesn't hand out rewards. It matches rhythm. You're not waiting for luck. You're holding frequency. So if this message finds you at the edge of something new, take it as confirmation. The tightening isn't collapse. It's the click before expansion. You've already built the energy. You've already shifted the code. What's next is simple. Keep your standards steady. Keep your focus clean. Move only when it feels clear, not when it feels desperate. The people meant for this version of you will arrive without force. The opportunities that fit will land without strain. Because that's how alignment behaves. Quietly, precisely, naturally. You might still doubt at times. That's okay. Doubt is just the echo of your old self trying to find its place. You don't have to fight it. You just have to outbreathe it. You remind yourself, I'm safe even when I don't see results yet. That single truth shifts your energy faster than any affirmation. Safety is the foundation of manifestation. The field mirrors whatever frequency you rest in. Rest in readiness, not resistance. You'll know you've crossed the threshold when peace feels more familiar than panic. When your mornings start with clarity instead of chaos. When silence no longer feels empty but sacred. That's when creation becomes natural again. You've returned to your original state, the state of alignment, flow, and trust. The same place every new beginning is born from. So in the next 24 hours, stay aware. Don't chase signals. Don't question your timing. Notice the small confirmations, the kind word, the random message, the moment of ease where there used to be tension. Those are your proofs. Those are your wins. Let them multiply without interference. Keep showing up like it's already done, because in the field it is. The closing lesson is simple. Life doesn't test your worth. It tests your steadiness. Every time you hold calm under pressure, you tell the universe, "I'm ready." Every time you keep your boundary, you whisper, "I can handle more." Every time you move with integrity instead of impulse, you send the clearest signal there is. Alignment under heat. That's the frequency of the win. You don't need to force anything now. You've earned this pace. Stay with it. Let the clean moves carry you. Let silence confirm your alignment. Let ease prove your strength. When the next door opens, walk through it like it was always meant for you, because it was. You've been tuning to it all along. The universe didn't forget. It was waiting for your signal to stabilize, and now it has. Welcome to the turn. This is the space where patience becomes proof, where energy becomes form, where readiness becomes reality. You're not at the end of your journey. You're at the start of your arrival. Stay steady. The win is already unfolding.